Didn't even bother with looking at that one, and it was a great move. Johnson on Keogh. Got a 1-point lead, the Falcons, and this is right in the thick of it. McLean looks for the options. McClary gets in.
And he walked.
Well, Sydney's had some unusual calls against it tonight. That one not so unusual, but they've been foiled many, many times by calls. Not saying that they were wrong calls, but it's just been that sort of game.
Yeah, that one was a travel because Ken McClary caught it on that in-between step, similar to how Dwayne McClain caught it in the first half. And two very gutsy calls. Those are tough calls to make when everybody in the stadium doesn't want it.
Paul Kuiper going ahead. Bob Turner was unhappy with that foul, and that is Bob Turner at his meanest, giving Eddie Crouch a bit of lip. And he's getting close to a tech foul.
Bob gets his last warning because Paul Kuiper goes to the basket. That was clean. That was clean. They missed that one.
Well, yep, understandably then. We'll see both coaches go off, and with due cause tonight. Still Newcastle with the ball and a 1-point lead. It's hotting up at the Kingdome. Just over 7 minutes left. A lot of game. The two Macs firing tonight for Sydney, which is good for them. 24 points McClary, 26 McLean. Good sign in a low-scoring game. Everett Stevens. A lot of balls have gone through the net tonight with no result. Kuiper gets the inside bucket.
Everett Stevens drawing the double team. And a good guard can sense where the help's coming from, and Everett Stevens did exactly that on that one.
Newcastle by 3 and Kuiper with 19. Keogh for 3. It's, oh, gee. He still can't get one. Well, he's got one for the game, but he has made 9 attempts. And that was like, well, you can't do much more. The ball just didn't want to go in. Stevens. McLean just sagging off a little bit. Dozier over the top. Great play, Terry Dozier.
That's just a tough shot.
That opens up a 5-point lead for the Falcons. If they get a couple more, they can just dishearten the Kings, who need this win badly, and I don't think will play with the sort of final minutes confidence that they have in the past. McLean drives on Green. That's a great shot. Anything you can do, says Dwayne McLean, and he cuts the gap to just 3 points again.
Vintage Dwayne McLean in the clutch, going after that nice little soft floater with the left hand. He's tough.
Dozier again on McClary, who's got a tough job stopping him. Stevens. Gets around, beautiful. Oh! Super play! Oh, that was a good screen.
Man, we've got some highlights tonight.
5-point lead, Newcastle. That was just Everett Stevens at his best.
Everett Stevens drives baseline. Just as the help starts to come, he elevates. Gives a little hang just for effect.
And a big rebound from Dozier at the other end. Well, Newcastle are getting a grip on this game. We've got 5 minutes left, a long time.
Now, this is where the Sydney Kings haven't been able to get over that hump. Little bit of a run by Newcastle.
There's the rebound stats. Newcastle still out rebounding Sydney. Al Green gets the shot off. It'll count. And potential 3 points here. So Newcastle looking great.
Well, this is the run we're talking about. The Sydney Kings have a team make a run late towards the game. Al Green. Terrible defense by the Kings. Dean Uthoff goes right after the arm trying to make Al miss the shot, but he let it go already. And now the Kings, that dangerous point in the game.
Newcastle with a chance to lead by 8. 90-83 at the moment, and we'll go to a break.
Even if you're not Rob DiCostello, if you're serious about fitness, you need the lasting energy of Kellogg's new calcium-enriched Sustain. The scientific balance of grains, fruits and nuts that's low in fat and salt. Even if you're not Steve McLean, you need Sustain's protein, vitamins and fiber. Even if you're not Carissa Delwood, you need Sustain's complex carbohydrates and controlled sugar, plus calcium for sustained muscle coordination. So even if you're not Steve McLeod,
Or even if you are.
you need Kellogg's calcium-enriched Sustain, made for the Australian Institute of Sport to keep the energy in your day longer.
G'day, the guys and I are on our way to the top, and that's where Marlowe's are with their huge June stock take sale. This catalogue's in the Sunday Times TV Extra magazine. Just check out these bargains. 1,500 kilo trolley jacks are only $43.30, or Marlowe's own engine coolant for just $5.95, and Marlowe's Easy Fire car batteries at the lowest price anywhere. And look, there's heaps more. Get Sunday's TV Extra magazine, get your Marlowe stock take sale catalogue, and get into Marlowe's. The sale starts this Sunday.
Cover my world and everything that surrounds me. Cover my world.
Take out an RAC Motorguard policy and we agree with you the value your car is insured for. If you have an accident later and the car's a write-off, we pay you the full insured amount, not a lower market value. Agreed value cover. That's how RAC Motorguard covers your world.
Cover my world. Cover my world. Cover my world.
I got to keep it running, a diving, a pushing, a driving. Cause it's gonna get you. You got to keep a one step, a two step, a quick step, a big step. Cause it's gonna get you. Keep it running, running, running in the running game. Because now we rule the world in the running game. You got to keep it running, a diving, a pushing, a driving. Cause it's gonna get you. You got to keep a one step, a two step, a quick step, a big step. Cause it's gonna
10
get you.
Rugby. It's gonna get you. Living in her sister's shadow.
Eugene, I swear, one of these days they're going to be proud of me.
Now she's out to even the score.
But I thought maybe this trip could, bring us all a little bit closer.
But exactly how close?
My job, my apartment. What's next, you?
And an invitation.
Let's just say you've got a friend in a high place.
But who
I got an idea.
will Alison invite to the ball?
If you didn't want us to meet, why did you set us up?
I didn't know I was going to make me feel.
Strange feelings of jealousy at Melrose Place, 7:30 Wednesday on 10.
The Sydney Kings now with a job to do, and Steve Carfino last year, the Kings played with such confidence in the final minutes. They felt at this stage of a game they were 7 down, we've got 4 minutes 52 left. You knew that they could win the game, but not so much this year.
Well, there's a certain confidence, certain arrogance when you're playing well and you win the close games, but the Sydney Kings have lost all the close ones that they've had so far, and they're just not a very confident team at the moment. And we talk about those runs that the other teams have been getting. This is a dangerous point in the game where Sydney Kings, it's not going their way, and they've been able they haven't been able to pick themselves up when the other team makes a run, and they've been getting blown out in situations like this, and they've really got to keep calm, go towards their game plan, get good high percentage shots, and defensively, they've just got to shut Newcastle down. That's a dunk and a layup are the last two exchanges for Newcastle, and they're doing everything they want to do.
Al Green punishes them just a little more, 91 to 83. So Sydney have got a job to do now. 8 points down. Hubbard. And one thing they have lacked this year is a three-point weapon. They're shooting 3 from 18 from three-point range tonight. McLean, he gets 2. So now they're going to crank up the defense, Newcastle.
Well, offensively, that's great poise. Trying to get the ball to Dwayne McLean in the offense so he can go one-on-one. Not right away because the defense is set. They run a little bit offense first, then get him the ball in a good situation. Well executed. Everett Stevens going strong to the basket. That might count, too. That might count. Well, if that's goaltending, that's going to count.
It looked like it was on the way down. No, on the way up, say the refs. Interesting call. Tom Wisman calls for the goaltend.
Well, he got a quick explanation. Told him it was on the way up.
2 shots.
But still, Everett Stevens will get to the free throw line. And he shoots pretty well from there.
Well, the Falcons are 7 from 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. The Sydney Kings are only 3 from 8 for 38%. And that could be a very big factor late in the game when it's tight.
Handy points. 93-85 as Hubbard gets round Johnson. All the way, Greg Hubbard. Well, that certainly cuts them up.
It's great to see the guys from the Sydney Kings outfit playing so aggressively offensively.
Al Green. Well, this is where turnovers are so vital. We're getting down to the big minutes.
Defense.
Just over 3.5 minutes in this game. Newcastle hoping to bury the Kings. There's the turnover count, pretty even. Stevens. Oh, Kuiper's there with a dunk. And patient offense from the Newcastle Falcons. They finally opened up Paul Kuiper, and they open up an 8-point lead with that. Sydney have won only one of their 3 home games so far. Hubbard for 3. It was long. Utah gets the rebound, which was lucky in the end, and McClary gets in for 2. Well, a bit of good fortune there for the Kings, because you never know where a 3-point rebound is going to go. 95-89. Bob Turner a little anxious now, and why not? Sydney, well, they are now 3 from 19 from 3-point range. A 3 would have been nice. But at the moment, Tom Wisman's men are handling this lead fairly well. Michael Johnson.
They're being very patient offensively. There's only 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Dozier's got a little open here. He's wide, and Utah, time now for patience at this end of the court. Still plenty of game. Tom Wisman's looking for a timeout.
Well, it's important for Newcastle that they just don't try and stall and take the shot clock down too far. Damian Keogh with a dish and threw it right into the legs of Dean Utah.
Well, he was desperately trying to open something up there. This time, funnily enough, Tom Wisman refused the timeout, but Bob Turner picked up the chance. So,
And that's a timeout to Sydney.
Bob Turner's taken the timeout this time. So, we're going to go to the break anyway. Well, Tom had better work out what he was going to say anyway, because he's going to have to say it.
He didn't like the timing of that one. He decided to take the timeout off. Let's see if we can hear what he has to say.
On the count of 3, 1, 2.
Well, we can't hear what Tom Wisman has to say, but he obviously is going to look at how to play these last 2 minutes and 18 seconds to shut down the Kings. They've got a 6-point lead.
Well, I'm sure one of the things that he wants to do is tell his team to keep playing aggressively offensive. They want to be patient, but they still want to be aggressive. They don't want to play not to lose. They want to play to win.
Well, they've certainly got the players to do that. Tough competitors like Terry Dozier, who's come up with some big buckets in the key minutes. Dozier with 24 points leading the scoring for his team. And here are the Kings, who this season are very familiar with this situation. Well, Bob Turner using very emotive language, attack and fight for these 2 minutes. And that's what the Kings have got to do, because otherwise they're looking at a situation where they are 2 and 6 for 1993. And you can say, well, goodbye.
Well, what's going to win it for the Sydney Kings is that they play good defense, but they don't gamble too much because they've got a lot of time to come back. They're only down by 6. That's 3 possessions, maybe even 2 if it's 2 3-pointers. They've got a lot of time. It's not desperate yet, but they need to get a couple of stops. So they really need to contain the Newcastle Falcons.
Yeah, well, Newcastle with the ball, so they have a potential 8-point or even 9-point lead on this play. Everett Stevens. So Sydney, the first task is to shut them down. There's the 3-point shooting. Not very good for either team, but for Sydney it's been critical.
Terry Dozier smart, turned that shot down. Too much time left on the shot clock. Everett Stevens will go one-on-one.
Great moves from Everett Stevens. Shaken, bacon. Shoo!
Great
What a
block,
great
McClary.
block. Kenny Mack, intensity plus. At the other end, off the bank, and it's down from Utah's tip-in. 95-91. 1.5 minutes left.
And they need another stop here. Now Newcastle's gone away from their offense. Wait until they get down to about 8 seconds on the shot clock. Then one of their guys is going one-on-one.
Oh, McLean almost pulled off a miraculous turnover. In fact, I think he has.
He has. That one's on Al Green.
Oh, Well, tight call, and what a call. 1 minute, 18 seconds left.
That usually happens when a team's trying to protect the league. They're playing very tentatively, throwing very tentative passes, and the Sydney Kings have got everything to gain out there. Intensity plus 100% effort, come up with a big play again.
I think Tom Wisman was just reminding his players of just that. Time ticking down yet again. Sydney is down by 4, and they had the ball.
Now it's Newcastle who needs a stop.
McLean, this is a tough shot. It's not going to go. Yes, it is. Goaltending. It's down. So, Sydney have narrowed the gap to 2, and we're in for another heart-stopper at the Kingdome. The seconds are ticking down. If the